Hello, everyone. So let's begin. I'll quickly show you what the agenda is. Basically, the agenda is I'll show you a quick overview on why we need BI. For all of you who are going or planning to switch to BI profile, like from front end to back end, they want to cover up. They want to design ETL projects. They want to join ETL projects and eventually move into clouds. This is or analytics. Yeah, this is a field which is at boom right now, and we still feel that it's going to be a boom in this field of data because the data is growing ferociously, right? The companies which are not able to handle their data, they are just lagging behind, while the companies which already planned that data is going to be big and big again, bigger and bigger, slowly they are the masters in the field or in the market right now, right? So basically BI and tableau, I'll tell you, I'll just cover you what is the difference, what is the difference between BI and a BI tool. So quickly I'll cover like BI, Power BI, slicers. What do we have when we use slicers? How we create slicers? I'll give you a short hands-on because we are short of time, so I'll have a quick hands-on for you guys. Then we'll cover formatting the slicers, how we can format. Then I'll tell you limitations of Power BI, right? And hands-on. So in this webinar, all of you will at least get an idea why I should opt for BI, why I should opt for Power BI, right? What BI actually is, I'll cover that up. And after that, a quick practical of slicers, right? Such that you get a look and feel of how your Power BI is. First question is, why business intelligence? See, guys, like suppose there is a healthcare company, right? That healthcare company has a portal, a website which is used by the users, right? These are the users who use this. Now, this data which is visible on this website, what do you think where that data comes from, right? So everywhere in any business right now, I'm talking about healthcare, there would be sources from where we are going to collect data. Like this insurance or healthcare company has tied up with hospitals, right? Nursing homes. There are various places where we have tied up and they're going to send us data, right? Okay, these were the people who registered for these policies, right? These are the employers who registered. Then we will have, these are the plans and benefits which we are going to have, right? All these uh, files or different sources will come from different data. I mean, different data will come from different sources. For example, they will send it, this company will send Excel, right? Because they are clients, right? They can send anything. This will send, they will tell, okay, we'll send you a CSV file. This will say we won't send you anything, you have to hit our SQL database and you have to pull the data. This data is going to be cleaned and transformed at our end here. If you see this, which I have shaded here, after this it will be shown at our web portal. See, now this extraction, pulling from the sources, this cleansing part, what is this? This is nothing but BI, right? Pulling from different sources, just putting in our logics, then making it fit to be end user use, that is BI. Now, one thing is this, right? We are directly displaying to our like business users. One is, wait, Ah, okay. The other thing is, this data, when we have it in our database, imagine this to be our database. We have it. Now we have our CEO, CFO, CTO. They tell us we want to have a look at our, data, right? We have like 150 locations where we are operating in whole world. I want to see how one location is performing, what are the, business statistics, how our sales are going, either our sales are going up or they are going down. So this thing, right? This is one example of reporting. Now, how can this be shown to CEO? We cannot send all the Excel data, or we cannot tell him or her to just query our SQL server, right? And just look at our database. No. That's why reporting tools came, and that's where Tableau and Power BI, these analytics tool came. Why I say reporting plus analytics, you will see how a dashboard looks. Tableau or Power BI gives you a good interface, right, where you have click and drag drop functionality to look at the statistics, your sales, where it is down, how many stores are there. I'll show you that, and we'll create a slicer on that also. All right. So now you understand what is BI. This part is BI, and this part is analytics tool, that is Power BI. Right, guys? So results closer to established goals. With BI, we can keep track of information and set our goals accordingly. For example, I'll give you a quick example. In a healthcare company, we see that there is a plan ABC which is purchased by people living in Wisconsin more than plan PQR in the same location, right? So we will have the premium for ABC plan increased and premium for PQR decreased in order to boost our sale, and such that we can sell this plan also more. So these kind of thing only we can know if we have an insight on data, right? If so much of data is there and we are not able to see where we are selling what, it's very difficult to gain an insight, and that's what the issue is, and this is what the issue most of the companies are facing right now. So you need to have some tool which can give you a detailed insight on the data. Got it? It helps you to gain insights into the customer behavior. Like I told you, that was one of the customer behavior. Then return on investment, you can look, okay, this is what I invested and this is what I got return, right? So you can accordingly plan things. For example, there was a store, I am getting sales of 10 million from that store, while the same investment I made on store B, and I am getting a return of just zero point 0.1 million there. So I will immediately shut down that store, right? I'm not going to invest more. I'm not going to invest like 1 million or 2 million rupee, I dollars there or rupees there. So that depends. Okay. Why Power BI? Look, this is the logo of Power BI. I'll actually show you how Power BI looks. You can see Power BI helps us to be capable of machine learning, right? You will check Power BI is very capable of the reading the trends, right? Then mobility, advanced analytics it can do. Then we can integrate Cortana with it. So these are advanced feature which you will learn in detail, but I'll give you overview of Power BI, right? You can go through them. The cost of the upfront cost is very less for Power BI, right? You can integrate various APIs. We have APIs which you can integrate and work, right? You can customize your dashboards, you can customize your Power BI report as per you. It's very flexible, other than rather than whatever tools we have in the market. To summarize, what is Power BI? Power BI is a tool that provides us reporting as well as analytical capabilities, right? On huge set of data. So this is the answer you can leave. Power BI is a collection of software services apps or a tool which has connectors that work together to turn your unrelated sources of data into coherent, visually immersive and interactive sites. Got it? Now, what are slicers in Power BI? To know slicers in Power BI, basically slicers are the filters. Whenever you are preparing a report, you will have to use filters, right? For example, we have data set of COVID-19, that is for whole world. How many people, how many cases are there daily for COVID-19? How many are recovering? How many are unfortunately deceased? All this, right? So what is that? What do you think? What is that? How we do that, right? I don't want to look at the like data from whole world. I just want to look at my region. I want to just drill down to like the US. I want to look at further in at county level. Can I do that? Those are the filters, right? So if I'm telling I have to get data from 5 sources and put it into our database, right? Which is SQL Server. Slicers in Power BI are the simple form of filters that play a key role in designing customized charts and reports, right? That is what. See, I gave you an example, like our CEO, when he wanted to see like what are our sales, how is our sales going on, then Power BI came into picture. Otherwise, it was being done by SSIS, right? So use of Power BI, yes, is to create reports, charts, analytics, dashboards, right? Not only just charts, I would say dashboards, live dashboards. Yes, that is what the use is. Yes, slicers, like I told, are the filters, because we are not giving filters at the back end. We are giving the user capability of filtering what he or she is looking at. So that is slicers, right? For example, we have yearly data for last 5 years. Now I want my user to have capability to see last 5 years, not as a single module, but if he or she wants to see 2021, 22, 2019 and 18, he could just select one by one with the checkbox or with a click of a button, right? So those are the slicers. Got it? So when to use slicers, guys? I'll tell you practically also. We'll open up. I'll tell you how to download and install the Power BI. Before that, just covering up just quick theoretically such that you know what slicers are, right? To display important filters on report canvas. Canvas is where we create our report, wherever we have the space where we can click, drag and drop and have various activities to see or to make an insight into data. Got it? So this helps us to view a focused report by placing slicer right next to graphs and charts. Like I told, we can drag and drop in Power BI. That's why I like it very much. I can place my slicer right in front of my dashboard and I can just click, okay, this is what the data of India, right? Okay, I don't want it now. I want to look at France. I will click, okay, uncheck everything, check France, and I will get data of France. So I'll show you this thing also. Easily view all the currently applied filters on the report, right? Then to show unneeded used columns but keep them for the users. For example, I'll pull 10 columns and I want to show just 3 columns to all. So in Power BI, I have that capability, right? So how to create a slicer in Power BI? I'll show you. Let me go back and let me show you something first. So you guys have to go like this. So go and type download Power BI desktop. Power BI you will have as an application which you can install in your desktop, as well as Power BI could you could use as a service also. I prefer Power BI desktop because that has more capability than what you can do, right? You can play with Power BI. It's free for developer. Community edition is there, so you can directly go the free version on Microsoft website. Click on this link. Yeah, that's free, right? So Microsoft Power BI desktop, you have to go here, click on download, open. Just wait. Why it's taking me to Microsoft Store there? Just wait. So just wait, it's just redirecting me. Should not do that actually. Just waiting for the sign in. So you can directly do it. I don't know why it's asking for sign up there. Actually, I already downloaded this. So once you go, you click on Microsoft Power BI, you just download it, right? Once you download it, I think you can, it will redirect you here, but I don't need the sign in. After that, you will have an exe downloaded for Power BI. right? You just double click it, run it, and create a shortcut. After that, you will have this kind of interface here. Do you see this app? So just click on Power BI desktop here. Also, let me show you one thing. So you can go and you can have different samples of Power BI reports for your learning purpose, right? One of this is retail analysis, right? So you can go that click on PBIX file. So if you click on PBIX file here, get the sample, you will have many of them. So don't think just retail analysis is one of it, right? PBIX is what? Extension of the file created by Power BI report. Got it? So once you do this, you will have this kind of download here. Can you see this? Human resource sample, retail analysis sample, .pbix. This is from Power BI. So let me go to Power BI again. Okay, just let it open. It'll take a bit. Power BI is, it's kind of a heavy software though. So just give it a bit. It's just opening up. So this interface, I'll say get started, and this will open an interface like this. Can you see that? I have not signed in yet, so you can cancel or you can just sign in there. Right. You have to then you will get this interface here without sign in also. That is just a few features where you could publish. Those are not visible when you have not signed in order to publish. What publishes, I'll tell you that also. So see, look, this is the interface. Why I say Power BI is a powerful tool. When you go to get data and look at more, click and at more, you will see, just give it a bit, it's a bit slow there. So you'll see how many sources are there. You will be amazed with the kind of sources you can hit using Power BI, right? It's just working. See, all, if you are going to only select file types, you can see how many type of files we can hit, right? This PARKey, PDF. So it is very rich in that case. In order to database, in order to connect to a database, we have so many options, right? Go and explore them. It's business wise, it's different. It depends on your client, like what your client says. Okay, these are the sources we want to pull data from, right? See, look at the big list there. LinkedIn, right? These are the list. So what you have to do, get data, and after that you can select whatever it is. So for now, also I'll just quickly give an overview, right? These are the type of visualizations which you could have. Like we have see, charts, stack bar chart, stack column chart. Those of you guys who have an idea on the reporting, they might be knowing what the charts are, right? Then we have fields. You can minimize and maximize these, right? Just click and hide them, right? Filters, you have this pane here. So once I have a report, I will have this checked in. I can see them. I'll show you how, but for now, just look at this. You can insert various shapes, images using the insert tab. Then, in modeling, once you go into modeling, you can model your like design here, how you want to have tables and how you want to hit them using Power BI. So modeling is not something you should go into right now. Right now you should just start. If you want to do hands on by yourself, I'm showing that how to add an file. You go to file, right? I can directly click on this also, but I'll show you how. You go to browse here, right? So I'll open this one, anyone I can use. I'll say, okay, open my human resources file. So this one I downloaded from the internet. You can find it out on Microsoft website. Like I told, just type in PBIX sample files. Okay, Power BI sample reports or PBIX file. So it's just working on it. It's loading that file there. So that is an actual report, right? You could have done it from Excel also, but we want to see actually how slicers and these things works, and I want to give you an overview. That's why I'm using a file. See, this is how a dashboard looks. This is what you are going to work upon once you are into a project. Just give me a sec, it's just loading in. So you remember when we started the session, I was talking about your CEO, CTO, they want to look at the data, right? So this is how they want to look at it, right? So new hires, see, this is my report. It's just opening up. Can you see this? Like, so this one is, like one of the, how our new guys were hired. Were they full-time, part-time, right? By the region, you could see which region, how many, which group people were hired. See, these things are very easier. How many were male, how many were female, right? Yeah, this one is already created, right? I'll show you slicers. We'll create a new slicer here, right? So see, these are the reports, right? Different, your, see how the things have been made easier for your CFO, CTO, your business. See, he can directly have a look. Otherwise, that was so much of data. Can you see this? Bad hires. We have information about the bad hires, right? These were people who were bad hires in which locations, right? Increase or decrease of the bad hires. Bad hires means whose employees, employment day was less than 60 days. So let me go here and try out. So I was telling about slicers. Once you click, see, I can place it right by my dashboard or whatever I have in here. And when I click, see, automatically it will switch. Can you see this? The graphs, look at the graphs. So this is very much real time and very much dynamic and very fast. That's why we, like that. And that's why your CFO, CTO is going to like that, right? So from here, you will check the fields. Along with that, how we format this. This is just a simple slicer we made on region, right? We can slice our data on the basis of this. Now, I'll go to format. In the general, we have different outline color. We can have orientation. I can go for horizontal, right? Can you see this? Now I have a kind of buttons here. I can click here and just directly my data will change, right? So these are kind of different orientations. This depends on you what kind of slicers you want to create. What is the position? What is the width? Go here on this format tab, right? You have general, you have slicer, header. If you want to give borders, then you have items. What is the color, font, background, shadow? These are all for the particular slicer. So this is how. Now see, earlier it was checkbox. You can give it, okay, I want to see like this, or we can give them as tiles. All that thing you can do with the slicer, right? Now I have this. I know how to format my slicer. We have one thing. When I click on the view tab here, we'll see one more thing, right? View sync slicers. What sync slicer does is, I want to see this slicer on all the pages. Right now, if you see, we don't have these slicers on, other pages, right? Now we are going to leverage the slicer which we create. How we do that? We are going to do that using this property, view sync slicer, right? See this, and I click here. As soon as I click on my slicers, I get an option. Okay, I want to show it on what all? I want to show it on my active and separation, this one, right? I want to show it on my new hires. I'll refresh. I'll go here. Just hold for a bit. See, you can leverage it. Right now you can this right now this is overlapping. Whatever finds suitable for you, just remove that one, put in here. But this is how you can leverage a slicer which you created, right? So bad hires won't have that data for that particular one, so we were not able to leverage it. But wherever we have data, we will be able to see the slicers using the sync slicer, right? Basically now you have idea on Power BI, right? We created a small slicers, we saw how we can leverage it, we can sync it, right? These are the type of charts. Then, formatting, we just formatted the slicers to have different color, different size. Now there are limitation of Power BI slicer also, which I would need to cover quickly. We do not have support for input fields in Power BI slicers, right? That is not a big issue, but just telling you what are the limitations of Power BI slicers, right? Now there, for if we have visual level filters in Power BI, we have already a dashboard there. We do not have a filter for that particular one, right? We can only filter in the at the report level. Once we have the dashboard, you cannot have those filters there, right? We cannot pin a slicer to a dashboard, right? We cannot pin a slicer to a dashboard such that you switch and you have the slicers there. That is one thing. But don't go with the limitations. Just first try to explore it, and once you have sound knowledge on it, you will be able to see, okay, these are the limitations, right? So I think of many of you won't have any idea on measures and dimensions, facts. These are the concepts of data warehousing. Slicers do not support and work with measures, so just ignore this for now, right? So they do not support drill down in Power BI report. This is one thing in slicers. If you are drilling down in a Power BI report, you won't have slicers there. But that anyhow, these are not going to impact you, right? It is just for the sake of your knowledge. What are these are not Power BI limitations, but the slicers. But slicers are not everything, right? So guys, hope this helped you. You liked the session. Thank you so much.